What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to be going through a couple of things I do in preparation before I play, not only just for Elite Dangerous, but these techniques pretty much work for like all games. I tend to do these things before I play each game. It's a bit of a habit and a ritual for me, if you like. Yeah, I'll go over some tips and tricks. Disclaimer here, this is what works for me. It may not work for anyone and everyone. It really depends on an individual basis, and it depends on your personal PC rig, your GPU, what programs you have installed, and what your overall intentions are. For me, it's for gaming. It should work, but there's no promises. So okay, well, I'll get into it pretty soon. Before I really go into the meat of the things that I'm going to do, like I'll even show some of the things that I do on my graphics, and I'll do that when I'm in game, when I'm playing Elite. But before I get into the game, I'll just show you some of the other, some programs that I also use in conjunction with the things that I do in preparation. So, all right, we'll get into it right after the intro. Let me just get some things together. All right, see you in a bit. Bye bye. Okay, well, welcome back, guys, and we will start the brief tutorial. I'll show you tips and tricks that I've learned that help me increase performance on not just Elite Dangerous, but pretty much on any game or program that I'm running. It works all across the board. It's pretty ubiquitous. So, disclaimer, this is what works for me. It may vary from person to person. It's solely dependent on the person's setup. So it's not gonna work the same for everybody, but it should definitely increase performance to a certain degree. How much it increases performance is solely dependent on that individual and their setup, their PC rig or whatnot. Okay, so without further ado, here we go. One of the first things that I usually do is I will go into the system properties, and you can see it right down here. I have it. To find it, I just go into the Windows and I'll just type in system properties. Or no, rather it's I'm sorry, advanced settings. And I'll go into performance. You'll see it right here, and I just tick adjust for best performance and apply it and hit OK. I already have it selected, so there you go. Let me see, make sure my OBS is still running. Okay, second thing you want to do is you go into NVIDIA GeForce Experience if you have it, and make sure you click on to the settings, and right over here it says in-game overlay. Disable that unless you plan on using it to record, but for me, I usually just use OBS to record anything, so I don't need the in-game overlay for anything. And if you have it off, you can increase performance by a bit. Okay, and that's that. Then you want to go into your NVIDIA control panel, and I have a lot of the settings universal or global all across my games. And if you just follow along everything that I have checked or controlled over here, you can see, you can copy my settings. But one of the main things you can do is I go to power management mode, and I have prefer maximum performance ticked. And also, what else? Another important thing is, where is it? Texture filtering quality. I have that on high performance. So that way, I'm making sure my PC or my graphics card is utilizing all the resources it needs to run the game in an efficient manner. The virtual reality pre-render frames, I have it on 2. I used to have it on 1, but I don't really notice that much of a difference. But I saw from another YouTube user, they said 2 is better. I don't know. You're gonna have to check it out for yourself. If you know anything about it, then I don't know. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Another thing you can also do is, if you want to have your game running on a certain setting just for that game, you can go into program settings, and I already have it here. I added Elite Dangerous to the particular program to run with the global settings, and you can just add the program here. You click on add, and I just list everything, and you can see all the exe files. I add the whole folder, and it usually just, it will, any exe files, and it will run on the setting that I want to. But you can just click on, it's a good idea for the launcher and the actual executable file. So you click on ED Launcher, you add it, and you also add, here we go, the executable. and you add that. And I already have it added, so it doesn't, that's why it's not saying apply. And that is all for this section. Another thing you can do is right here under device manager, same thing. If you can't find it, just type in the Windows and type in device manager and it should show up. And you look under system devices and select high precision event timer and you disable it. I have it disabled already. Supposedly, now don't quote me, I don't know, but supposedly it's supposed to increase performance and lag. So that's done. Another thing you can do also is go into power options. Click onto power and sleep, additional power settings, and you can have it selected on high performance. This way it will just utilize pretty much all your GPU has to offer and run whatever game or program that you intend to run very smoothly. I also have ultimate performance. I forgot how I did that. I saw on another tutorial, the person showed me how to, or anybody who was watching the video, he had a tutorial on how to add ultimate performance. I think he had to add it through the command prompt or mess around with the registry, but you can have it. High performance is good enough. But you know what? For me, I'm going to change the ultimate performance. Oops. Here we go. And that's it. What else can you do? There is a program that really helped me a lot. It's called, where is it? Intelligent Standby List Cleaner. I have it saved on my desktop. But the way I have it set up is it's constantly running in the background and it starts when Windows starts. So the right hand corner over here, this arrow, you can see what's running. As you can see, the OBS is running in the background. My NVIDIA control panels here, and Intelligent Standby List Cleaner is down here. You double click it. And you can copy my settings if you like. Basically what this program does is it's constantly replenishing your VRAM if it's low. So instead of doing it manually by clicking on purge standby list constantly, you can set it up in such a way, like I said, that this program will automatically run as soon as your computer starts, and it will continue to run. So I have it set on the list size. It's right here. The list size is at least 1024, and here I have it set at 16,000. And the reason it's set at 16,000 is because my total system memory is 32 gigs. So what you'd have to do is, I found the sweet spot is to set it half of that. So when I go below a certain threshold of 16,000 megabytes, it will purge the standby list and it will replenish and free up VRAM or memory. These two boxes, I have it ticked. You should too. Start ISLC minimize and auto start monitoring, and launch ISLC on user logon. So tick these two boxes, and the current timer resolution is here. The wanted timer resolution, I have it set at 0.50. Make sure this box is ticked so you can adjust this. Have enable custom timer resolution. Don't worry about the red text for advanced users only. Just tick it. And down here, I have it set at 1000. You can adjust it accordingly, but I just have it set at 1000. And that's it. Exit it out. And as you can see here in the bottom, oh, it was running, but it'll start running again. It's constantly running. Let's see. What else can you do? Another thing that I do is I always make sure disk cleanup and it's a game booster mode where it will pretty much stop any unnecessary background processes from running, so your computer can run more efficiently and whatnot, or your games. It definitely helps. My computer runs a lot faster when I do this. So I'll click on Gaming Booster, and it will just stop anything that is not necessary to run in the background in order to play whatever game I'm playing. Yeah, it takes a little bit. It's going to stop around 18 to 20 19 processes it stopped. You click OK. And I also have MSI Afterburner running. There you go. My GPU fan, I have it usually set at 75. It's a little loud, but I prefer it to run loudly in the background and keep my temperature down to a minimum, because I don't want my PC to overheat. But it's not necessary to have it running right now, so I'll knock it back down to 55, which is the default. You can also play around with these settings here where you can adjust like a curve and all that stuff, as you know, and it will just automatically adjust your fan, you know, accordingly to how, you know, hot it's running. So, but you know, I just leave it usually when I'm playing games or running programs. I just have it just set at 75, and it really keeps my computer, you know, as cool as it can. And that's it. I can go over some of the OBS settings if you'd like. I can't adjust them on the fly right now because it's recording, but when I record VR games, I usually adjust the settings like this. Go to output, recording. I have 2 audio tracks and I want them to run separately. So my microphone is on one track and I have it set on mono because it's just using my voice. You don't need it set, you know, with 2 different channels at stereo. And if you look down here to get the best quality picture, this is what works for me. Doesn't work for everybody, but this is my sweet spot. I have it running on constant bitrate CBR, and the bitrate I set to 80,000. It's overkill because, especially for 1080p, it's recommended about 40,000 to 60. I used to have it at 60, but I'm kind of spoiled. I want my video quality to look as crystal clear and pristine as possible, so I just set it at 80,000. And when I'm playing 2D games, I only record in 4K. And when I run at 4K gaming, I'm playing 4K games, I'll set it to 100,000. Anything over that, your file sizes are going to be massive. And if you're like me, I have it, the recording path, I have it set to my M.2 drive, the NVMe drive, because it has really fast reading and writing speeds, especially for 4K. It needs to be, you know, you need to record it smoothly. And I used to have it recorded my files on a mechanical hard drive, and the footage was just really really choppy. It was bad. I found that out when I was trying to record Doom Eternal gameplay, and it was just horrendous. So I had no choice but to record on the M.2. So now, and ever since then, I was like, oh wow, it's running smoothly. The playback is really smooth. So I just kept that as my default storage area for any of my video recordings. Alright, down here, preset max quality, profile set high, look ahead. I don't know what all these things do, but like I said, this is, you know, this is what works for me. I don't know, you know, all this high tech, you know, jargon, you know, with these settings. No clue. So there's other tutorials out there with people that really know about these things, and people that are really into like video editing and things like that. They know all the, you know, the technical jargon and terminology for this, and they can really go into in-depth detailed explanations about how everything works. But this is what works for me, and that's that. Audio, I'm using a headset right now, the Logitech, so I have that selected to my desktop audio, but my mic I have disabled here. I'll show you how I set it up as a separate thing, if you can see down here. Video 1920 by 1080, because that's my settings that I use for VR gaming. My base canvas resolution, because I'm on a freaking massive screen right now. It's a 65-inch, you know, screen. I'm like close to it now, so yeah, I'm like blind. But anyways, that's my base canvas resolution for the screen. It's a 4K screen, so I just left it at that. But the output scale resolution to 1080. So basically, I guess it will downscale it down to 1080. And the downscale filter is at Lansco's sharpen scaling 36 samples. Once again, don't know what it means, but that's what I learned to use through other tutorials. Hotkeys, I usually just have it set. I just have it set to caps lock. I don't know why, but that's what works for me. I used to have it at control, but I noticed when I was playing other games, it kept like, for some reason, the control button would just go crazy, like it felt like as if I was pressing it. So yeah, you got to find a hotkey that's not going to interfere with anything, and for me it's caps lock, and that works for now. Advanced, I have full range of colors. It works really good. But if you're playing dark games with like dark colors, like horror games, you know, I love horror games, full is not advisable. Usually partial will do the trick, where there's no full range or spectrum of colors, but when you have it on partial, when you watch back your video recordings, it won't be as dark. And that is the problem. That is a problem that I have with my recordings, is when I play it back on VLC, the colors are a little, you know, everything's a little darker than what it really does look like. Because then when I upload it to YouTube, the quality it's a little different. It's not as dark. So I don't know. I gotta figure out a way to really have it play back and have a true exact representation of what I'm seeing. I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. But anyhow, all right, that's what works for me for my OBS. And that's it. I really can't think of anything else that I really do. But gaming booster, I'm constantly clicking on that before I play any game, and in conjunction with all the other settings and tweaks that I did, I'm able to play, you know, demanding games, and you know, I get a decent, reasonable frame rate. Not the best, because it boils down to my GPU. It's not the best GPU. You know, it's a couple generations old by now. You know, we're at like what, the RTX 3000 series now, and I still got a GeForce. But you know, when GPUs become more readily available and at, you know, MSRP prices, then I'll upgrade. But for now, you know, there's no way I'm you know, gonna buy, you know, a fucking GPU for like $2,000, $2,500. You know, the GPU I want is an RTX 3090, and its suggested retail price is like, what, I don't know, $1,500 or something like that. But you know, there's scalpers out there. They're trying to bang people for like $2,000, $2,500, and you know, it's just the principle, man. That's just fucked up. So yeah, I hope they burn in hell, and they they die a very sad, agonizing death. Just kidding. Okay, not really. All right, that's it. So I'll be back. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. And like I said, if I can remember, I'll leave all the links to all the various different programs that I'm using, and I'll leave it in the description of the video. But I will be back and I will show you some of the graphic settings that works for me on Elite Dangerous. Okay? See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Okay, welcome back. We're going to continue on to the graphic settings in Elite Dangerous. But before I get into that, I forgot to mention a couple of things also that will help your experience. And that is, there's something that I downloaded called Equalizer APO. And one of the reasons why I have that downloaded is because, well, this is for Windows Mixed Reality headset users. I've been having a problem where my screen would black out for some reason, the left eye, and then all of a sudden both eyes, and it kept on doing that. And it happened to me when I was playing Elite Dangerous, and it also happened when I was playing Half-Life Alyx. So there is a YouTuber by the name of Holden Riot. This is where I got the information from. The guy is a friggin' genius. I'll post a link to his channel, and he has a few other tutorials that you may find useful. So yeah, I'm not taking credit for it. All the credit totally belongs to Holden. So definitely subscribe to his channel. His tutorials have been very, very useful and very helpful. So what you want to do is I have it linked here already. Just type in Equalizer APO download, and you'll go to this page on SourceForge. Make sure you download it. I have it downloaded already, and you can just run it, and it should look like this. I drag it to the desktop. See, I have it already. Just run it. I usually just run it as administrator, and you just install it. It's really simple, very easy to do. I just leave it installed in its default setting. So for me, my default setting is my local C drive. I'm not going to install it because I have it installed already. Yes, quit. And after it's installed, it should look like this. Here you go. I'll expand it so you can see. And you have to install this program on your intended speakers. So for the HP Reverb G2, the speakers it's utilizing is called Speakers Realtek USB 2.0. You have that. I have that selected already. And over here to the right, these three channels, 1, 2, and 3, you just type in -6. -6. There you go. And the second channel, -6. Third channel, -6. 666. I wonder what that means. Kind of creepy if you ask me, but you know what? My screen doesn't black out anymore at all. It's running perfectly. So that's been taken care of. Leave it at 15 band and make sure you click on the save. So I have it set in my registry where it automatically starts. This program automatically starts as soon as I log on to my PC. I'm not going to get into that right now, but like I said, I will provide a link to Holden's tutorial about this, and he goes into depth and shows you step by step on how to do it. I did it already. I'm not about to do it again. And yeah, he's better at explaining all the intricacies of this program. So yeah, check out his channel. Uh, I'll post the link. And that's it. You save it, you close it out, and every time you start your computer, it automatically runs. Make sure, by the way, you have your Windows Mixed Reality headset plugged in to the AC adapter, so it's on. Because if it's not turned on when you turn your computer, it will try to hook this into whatever your sound device is that's set by default. So for me, my sound device when I'm not running the headset, it's onto my Logitech, my headphones, my gaming headphones. So I don't want it. I don't want the 666 the 666 config messing around with my headset. So just make sure, before you turn your PC on, just have your headset, your HMD plugged in. All right, that's it. I close that out. And another program that I found really useful, and I love it. I've saved like 50, 100 gigabytes on my hard drives because of this. It's called Compactor for games. I'll post a link in the description. It's on GitHub, and it's very easy to run. Here's the page right here, github.com, and I don't know, the person's name is Freaky. Okay. You go to releases and you just download the zip folder. The first one will do. It's the latest released. It was on the 21st of December 2020, and you download it, download the zip. Why not? I'll do it right now. I'll show you. Show in folder, drag and drop to your desktop. Equalizer, I can erase this. I don't need it. I don't need this anymore because I have it downloaded. And it's in a zip folder. Habit I always do. I just create a new folder. Don't bother naming it. Click into the new folder. Right click on it. Open with 7-zip or WinRAR or whatever program that you have, but you need either 7-zip or WinRAR to unzip or unpack these files. So I have 7-zip, as you can see. I extract here in the folder, and there's the folder. Delete the zip, you don't need it anymore, and you double click onto it, and it's right over here. So basically what you want to do is, see, I have it already in a separate folder. I don't need this. Let me erase this. I don't want to complicate things. I have it in a folder called Compactor for Games, so I know what it is. Right here, compactor.exe. I right click, I run as an administrator, and boom, there it is. Settings, you can leave it basically at default. The compression, just leave it at default. I tried it on, if you can see right here, LZX slow high compression. It's a little slower, but it compresses even more. And to be honest, I didn't really notice the difference. So default is fine. Save. That's it. Close it out. Oh, close it out. The whole thing, my mistake. Run as admin again, and choose a folder. Believe it or not, I got games stored on my local C drive. I have like, what, 6 different drives? Yeah, I have like 15 terabytes worth of games. I have a game obsession. Pretty bad habit, but, and I just select the entire C drive, and it finds anything in there that's compressible, and you compress it. When you first run it, it'll take a while, but I'm always running it, so it's pretty much most everything, all the contents in there are already compressed, so it should go pretty fast. You don't have to use it for all your drives, but I did, and I've saved an immense amount of um, hard drive space, so I can download even more games. Just let it run, and when it's finished analyzing, you just click on compress, and it will compress anything and everything in there that's compressible. And you could check the before and after, go into your settings, onto your storage, and look at the before and after of how much is saved. I mean, I'm curious if it works for anybody else, but it looks like I only saved 335 megabytes. Because I mean, like I said, I already ran this before, lots of times. I'm not going to go into each drive, but my main drives I'm concerned about is my C and my G. My C drive is an SSD, and my G drive, I got it labeled as best games. That is the M.2, the NVMe drives, and I select best games G, select a folder, and it will compact everything that's in there. Those are my two favorite drives because they're fast, and I put pretty much my favorite programs and my favorite games in there, like Half-Life Alyx, Phasmophobia, which I never got into because I'm a coward. Um, GTA 5, especially The Witcher 3, like, big name games. Oh, and I couldn't really say anything more because I ran it. And that's it. Hope that was helpful. I'll post the links to these programs in the description. So here we go. On to Elite Dangerous. I'm not in my headset now. After I show you the settings that I have it saved on, I will do a little trial run. I'll put the VR headset on, and I'll do a little gameplay. Why not? All right. I'm not going to start in Steam VR mode because I don't want to wear the headset right now because I want to be able to show you the settings. So I'm just going to play Elite Dangerous Horizons. Play it. My OBS is recording display right now. So I usually have my gameplay on my game capture where it records any full screen applications. When I'm playing 2D games, I record a full screen. All right, it goes into the Elite Dangerous Horizons launcher, and I just click on play. Love coffee. Coffee in the morning. It's the best. Coffee in the morning, beer at night. That's my life. All right, it's in a small window, and I'll explain to you why I do that. But I'll expand the window a bit. I have it set by default on the smallest window possible, so my GPU is free. I mean, it can utilize more resources because VR is very demanding. So it's not like you're in a headset anyway, so it's not like you really need to play it on your actual screen unless you have like spectators or friends watching. All right, I go into the options, graphics, and where is it? There, display. All right, right now I have it set at the smallest resolution possible, but for viewing purposes, so I can go over each graphical parameter, I'm gonna set it to 1920 by 1080. Right here, apply, and it'll expand a bit so you can see. And what it did? Oh, okay. Scared me for a second, but it's still hard for you to see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it on full screen. And I hope my OBS will be able to record that. It should. And the window is still small. Alright, you know what? Let me exit it out and I'll restart it again. Yeah, it looks like my OBS blacked out because it's set on display. Alright. I'll leave it at windowed again. The Alt tab out. Yeah. It's not recording the screen. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with this just because I usually just record games on the game capture, and I have it set to record anything full screen. I very rarely use my display to record anything unless I'm doing, you know, little tips and trick tutorials where I need to show my desktop view. So, alright, I'm going to set it again. Go into graphics. I'm going to set it back down to windowed. There you go. Alright, it's recording again. Alright, I'll zoom in on my editing software later so you're able to see everything. Okay, display 1920 by 1080. Just for better viewing purposes, for the purpose of this brief tutorial. But like I said, on the display, I usually have it set to the lowest resolution possible. It doesn't make a difference anyways when you're in VR. If anything, it might even increase performance, but those things are separate. Quality. Model draw distance. I lowered that down to its minimum. I did it. I saw another tutorial, and that's what they recommended. And it's unnecessary to have max anyways, because you can't really notice a difference, I don't think, in VR. You don't really need to see it all that far out anyway, so you're basically utilizing the GPU's resources for naught. Texture quality, I have it set to high. And this is why I'm able to max out everything, because I lowered certain other parameters. Shadow quality, I like my shadows sharp and pristine looking, so I have the shadow quality set at ultra. But if your PC is not up to the task, if you want to increase a bit of performance, I would knock it down to like high, but I like it on ultra. But I've seen the before and after comparisons between each shadow quality, and ultra looks the best. It's the sharpest. High is okay, not as sharp, but anything below that, it really starts to get a bit grainy. You could, of course, play with like no shadows, but it's better than playing with either keep it off or keep it onto high or ultra. But if you set it to low, it just really breaks the immersion and looks like shit. So, yeah, for me, I like it at ultra. Bloom, that's a matter of taste. I kind of like bloom sometimes, but sometimes it just looks a lot clearer with it off. So, you know, to save, you know, a bit of frames, you know, why not? I just left it off. It doesn't matter. It still looks good. Blur, absolutely not. I hate that shit. Anti-aliasing, that's another one. I want best performance as possible along with best graphical fidelity. So anti-aliasing, I just kept on off. Or I might even switch to FXAA because FXAA is the least graphically intensive in terms of anti-aliasing. And that's not just with this game, but it's with most games. You could play around with it on its other settings, but even with it off, it's for me to me it still looks good, so I keep it off. Super sampling, keep at 1. Don't mess around with that shit. I tried increasing it, and yeah, especially in the see the HP Reverb G2 already is like high resolution, and like I said, my PC is like borderline potato right now, so just keep it as default at 1. Ambient occlusion, I it's graphically intensive, I heard, so I just kept it off. I played around with these settings, like I spent a while doing it, and I didn't notice it between off or low, medium, high. So off. Environment quality. An important one. If you want your shit to look really good, keep that on ultra. FX quality, I like it high. You can keep it off if you're having any frame issues. It has to do with like, I don't know, a bit of like, when I have it on high, it looks kind of like you'll see smoke in the stations and things like that. There's more, yeah, as a name entails, there's more FX. So if you keep, it does look good off also, but I like to have a lot of effects, so I just leave it on high. When I go in game, I'll give you a demonstration because I can't really explain it because I feel mildly retarded today. I can't even get my words out. Oh, yeah. I'll give a brief demo of it. Depth of field, I keep off. Material, important, ultra. Especially, on if you're landing on planets and things like that. Just your texture materials all across the board. If you want to look in this game looking as good as possible, keep that on ultra. Galaxy map quality, that's a matter of taste. If you're having performance issues, leave it on low. I like everything on high because I'm fucking spoiled. Terrain quality, ultra, same thing. That's with the planets. Terrain LOD blending. I don't really understand what that means, but I left it on ultra. So, looks good. Terrain work, leave that on max if you can. Terrain material quality, everything else pretty much I have an ultra. Jet cone quality, that has to do with the flames, the jet cones coming out from the back of your ship. I like the way that shit looks, so I keep it on ultra. Volumetric effects, that I think that has to do with the inside the station, and you'll see like smoky effects, things of that nature. I like that on ultra. Field of view, don't mess with that. Gamma, I have it on like low. Because when you increase it, it makes the colors look really washed out. So at least for me, it looks good on low, on as low as possible setting. Yeah. Everything else I just leave it default. Camera shake off. Vehicle motion blackout off. Yeah, that's it. That's really about it. So copy my settings if you want, and like I said, if you're having performance issues, anything that's set on ultra, like shadows, maybe knock it down once. But I noticed with the model draw distance, VSync, keep that off. I noticed with the model draw distance, leaving it as low as possible really enabled me to have everything else, a lot of other parameters on ultra. And that's it. Click apply, and there you have it. All right, hope that was helpful. I'll do a little bit of a demonstration in a few. So we'll see how it runs. But if you don't want to watch my little demonstration, then I hope these settings and parameters work for you. All right, I shall be right back. Hope you stay on. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Okay, well, I'm back. And I am wearing my bHaptics vest, and I have my all-time favorite AI assistant, and her name is Kix.
I'm listening.
I know you are. How are you today? How are you?
Still trying to figure out what that loose cable is for.
Hey, Kix.
Yes?
Do you love me?
Yes, Commander. Of course.
How do I know you're not just saying that?
I'm here? I think we both know the answer to that. I never left.
You're such a good slut.
I know. That's what the last commander said. I'm ready. I'm here to serve.
Yes, you are. Okay, well, that was a cute little demonstration, right? So, let me make a quick run. Make sure everything's working here. I'll do my usual courier run. Let me see what modules I have selected here. I don't think I need the whole reinforcement package. I'm not... says it's active. Oh, I can't turn that off either. Alright, well, I'll figure it out. Wait, let me see fire groups. Okay. Hey, Kix?
Yes?
System map.
System map.
I'll check out another station. This looks pretty cool. Let me see this. System map.
Accessing data.
Alright, launch. Launch.
Preparing for departure. Skipping.
Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Boost engine.
Engaging boost.
I even have the arms for the bHaptics, and it's a little clunky. The Velcro is like sticking to my armchair right now. Hyperspace.
Yes.
Hyperspace.
Engaging.
What? Punch it.
Spinning up.
That's weird. why I was a little too close to go into hyperspace. So yeah, maybe in a minute I'll go into the graphics options. I'll show you again, see what differences there are. But I just tried recording a little before this. I had to erase the video, by the way, because I went into the graphics options and it for some reason, I don't know what happened. I was playing around with the ambient occlusion and it ended up freezing my game. So I'm a little apprehensive right now to mess around and dick around with the settings. Pretty soon I'm gonna start getting into other missions. I mean, I like space exploration and all that, but it's getting a little boring. We'll start maybe getting into like mining, maybe combat. It's a big learning curve, you know, with this game. You really have to invest a lot of time and energy. A lot of hours, into days even, into learning the ins and outs of the game, the mechanics. So it's a big time investment, and I have so many damn games that I'm always bouncing back, you know, back and forth on. I don't really spend too much time with one particular game. But yeah, I do want to start really getting into this more heavily though. Soon. Hopefully soon. Discover.
Scan, please wait.
Yeah, it really takes a lot of time traveling between each system and kind of cool though, you know, this and Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty. They're really relaxing games, you know. Well, depending on how you play Elite Dangerous, it could be relaxing. If you're doing combat and things like that, then yeah, it can get intense. But if you're just exploring things of that nature, it can be very enjoyable because it's relaxing. It doesn't require too much thinking. I'm like still a newbie at this game, and I suck at this game. I really don't know all the ins and outs. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so. But I do have the exploration down pretty well, I think. Not an expert at it, but I at least know the basic mechanics of it. And how to get started, at least. one day I'll start getting into the resource extraction sites. I think that is an actual good way to earn some serious credits by shooting down pirates, or, you know, helping the space police out, the space popo out, and take down, you know, the baddies, the bad guys. I guess they're called space pirates. I don't know. But there's a method to it. You can't just go and shoot them, or you'll get put on the wanted list as well. But if you do a scan or something like that, I hear, and it shows up that they're wanted, and then if you assist the authorities and shoot them down, you'll get credits for that. But I've been wanting to try, but like I said, I'm a little apprehensive because, you know, I did spend a substantial amount of time playing this game, saving up, you know, credits and things like that. I don't want to start over. This is one of those kinds of games. I guess it's permadeath or whatever it's called. And then you have to have like insurance or something like that on your ship, because if it gets destroyed and you don't have if you're not insured, then you're pretty much screwed. Make sure I'm still recording here. Okay. This place is pretty far. Keep it in blue. Yeah, I want to get another ship too. I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna try to get like a Diamondback Explorer or something. Almost there. Yeah, I'm getting a bit impatient. Probably slow it down a little bit. I hate it when I overshoot in this game. So quiet. I need some music. Hey, Kix,
Yes?
play some sci-fi. Play sci-fi too.
A sound plan. Commencing playback. Sure, Commander.
Reset HMD orientation.
Done, Commander.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop music.
Ending playback.
Yeah, the problem with the HP reverb is if there's too much noise or sound, like music or speakers, a certain amount of decibels, it starts interfering with the headset for some reason. Disengage.
Done, Commander.
Boost engine.
I'm on it.
Alright, I'm gonna land and then I'm gonna stop the video. Just wanted to test this out to see if it was how everything looks, and I want to see the quality of the recording. Alright. And since I suck at this game, I suck at landing, I'm gonna auto dock.
I'm sorry, Commander. Permission has been denied.
What? You have got to be kidding me. I was denied permission. Oh, okay. That's never happened before. Boost engine. Boost engine.
And then?
And it's a fleet carrier. And now I'm being ignored. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna have to go to another system. Well, that sucks. Boost engine.
Boosting engine.
System map.
Aye, aye.
Alright, I'll go to the closest. Alright, I'll go to start ring. System map.
Loading map.
Punch it.
Of course.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Adjusting Delta V.
Shut up, Kicks.
Good luck with that, boy.
Yeah, I should have known better than to try to land on a fleet carrier. Disengage.
Sure.
Boost engine.
Of course.
Submit adoption request before attempting to land at this federal station.
Kinda reminds me of the movie Elysium. I don't know if you remember that with Matt Damon. Good movie. Like Jodie Foster and Matt Damon was in the movie. Wasn't bad. Alright.
Okay, Commander, you are go for approach pad 1-4. Automated docking confirmed.
Landing gear deployed.
The access corridor is designated a no-stop zone. Blockages will be removed.
Docking completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
Okay, well, there you have it. I'm gonna stop the recording now, so I can edit the video, upload it for y'all to watch on my channel. And I hope it helps. Can't promise you anything. It depends on you. Depends on your system. But I wish everybody luck, and I hope at least they get a bit of a performance boost. But like I said, it worked for me. I'm getting okay performance. I'm trying to get better bang for the buck, you know, because I don't have top of the line GPU, so I'm gonna try to squeeze as many frames and as much performance I can get out of it. So, all right.
Okay.
I wasn't talking to you, Kix. All right. I will see y'all in the next one, and yeah. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. All right. Take care, people. Bye bye.